Beautiful friends, welcome to another edition of Treasure Tuesday. How do you know which choice to make? How do you know which direction to go? How do you know what to do when you're facing a big decision? Do you go left or do you go right? Do you take that new job or do you stay in the one that you're in? Do you leave your relationship or do you stay in it? Do you move cities or do you enjoy the city that you're in? Hello. So, the question I have for you, what if the clarity that you're seeking is not actually possible to unearth from your mind? What if the clarity that you seek on any particular issue cannot possibly be mined from a divided mind? It can't be literally drilled into and discovered from the mind, because the mind is so divided. The mind has so many, it's like a maze. It has all these different, portals and channels and perspectives and opinions. And the clarity that you're seeking is actually coming from a much different dimension. And so often what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the answer to a problem by digging into the problem itself with the problem, which is the mind. For example, if you are in a desperate situation, the response to that challenge, to that desperate situation, is often to get the hell out of that situation and figure out any other way. The problem with that is that what's happening is we're typically running from what we feel. And every single problem most of the time can be solved by simply feeling what you feel. Not running from what you're feeling, not running from the moment, which is a disease in our world today. It's what creates all suffering. The root of suffering is ignorance, and ignorance really comes down to ignoring the truth of who you are, ignoring the present moment because of some belief that somewhere in the future is going to be better, or somewhere other than where you are right now is going to be better. I assure you that that is a lie. And you've heard me say this many times, but I really want to just take this home, because if you're in the face of a challenge and you don't know which direction to take, the preliminary step, the first step, is to come into a still, spacious mind. And the way to do that is, number one, to come into the immediacy of your moment, of this moment. And most of us don't want to be in the moment, because when we are, our feelings are in the moment. What we really feel is there, and we don't want to feel that stuff. Most of our problems, again, could be solved by simply just feeling that stuff, So whatever it is that you are feeling as a result of this decision or this choice or this challenge. Hello. Sorry. I invite you to actually go deep into it, to go deep into what you feel, which is actually a portal into the present moment, which is so awesome, right? So if you are feeling really disappointed or if you're feeling uninspired in your job, and let's say triggered, like really hurt, somebody hurt you at work and you just don't want to feel hurt and you don't want to feel drained and you don't want to face that at work anymore, then your opportunity is to actually ask yourself the question, what did this trigger? And I go deep into this in the Diamond Process book, but what did this person at work or the situation at work make me feel? And then feel it. Locate it in your body, breathe into it, and feel it. If you allow yourself to feel it, and I'm going to give you a tool that's very powerful. I've seen countless clients have a radical shift from this tool. If you go into it and you utilize this tool, you will discover that clarity is at the other end of that. So there might be another way for you to show up at work. There might be a way for you to experience the happiness and the joy and the peace that you want now in the circumstances that you're in. And then from there, it will be very easy to attract or align with what it is that you really want to create, like the butterfly that just flew by. So the tool that I'm talking about is this. Once you clarify what it is that you don't want to feel, that you're feeling as a result of the circumstance that you're in that's challenging, the invitation is to feel it. And I want you to imagine and know, first of all, that the feeling is coming from very likely a triggered child within you, the you from the past that was never given permission to feel what you really feel. So a lot of those emotions are repressed. And you can check it out for yourself. I mean, again and again and again, I've just seen this in my own life and other people's lives. There is a younger dimension of the self that's very vulnerable, that went into hiding, that didn't have the opportunity to actually, be held during very challenging times. And so you are the one who you've been waiting for. You're the one who can hold this child through those feelings. So know that those feelings belong to a younger dimension of you. And then I want you to imagine that younger dimension of you is like holding this reservoir of negative emotion, of feelings. I don't even like to call them negative, but challenging, darker waters. And you are the stream that connects that energy, that emotion, to the ocean. So imagine yourself as a middle ground between that child's feelings and the ocean. All emotion is designed to move. It is not designed to be held inside of the body. It is designed to move, and it's designed to move through us quickly. So, and grief is a different thing. Grief can take longer. If somebody passes away, grief can take months sometimes, or whatever is needed. But typically emotions like anger are very quick. Anger is a very quick emotion. Get really angry, roar, and it's gone. Tears likely will follow, and then you feel clean and clear and back in yourself. So think of yourself as the stream that connects this repressed, or this pocket of emotion, so that it can travel to the ocean and return to the nothingness or the infiniteness from which it came. This way you're no longer holding it, and neither is the inner child. And so the way that you do this is you simply, it's so good. You simply ask yourself, what do I feel? I feel pain, sadness, grief, whatever it is, anger, frustration. And then literally ask yourself, where do I feel it? We're naming it and we're locating it. Where do I feel it in my body? I locate it in my lungs or in my heart. Okay, so just feel into it. Feel into that feeling. Create a blank slate in nature where you lay down and do this and just allow yourself to feel it. And oftentimes what I've seen in myself and clients is that they start to shake, or they start to feel a lot of heat or tingling, or there'll be some kind of sensation that is very clear. And the mind is going to likely say, oh my God, what's happening to me? I shouldn't be feeling this. And we'll try to run away from the feeling. Stay with it. Breathe into it. Trust it. And imagine that electricity or that emotion, whatever sensation you're feeling in your body, it might feel like blocked. It might not feel fluid. Breathe into the block. It might feel like a hard rock. Breathe into it. Notice the texture, the color. Where do you feel it? And stay with it. And know that as you're present with it, what's happening is that emotion is moving through you and it's returning to the sea. And you're being used as a channel between the past and the infinite, between the past and a much brighter future for yourself, okay? So allow yourself to feel what you feel and let it move through you, and be very careful not to attempt to get rid of what you're feeling, because that is also a trick of the mind, trying to get rid of what you're feeling. This is your opportunity to give yourself a kiss, to embrace yourself, to say, honey, reach your hand back in time and be with that little girl or boy and say, I'm here with you, I love you, and I'm present with you. And not to try to get rid of it, because what we resist persists, okay? So really simply, just to recap, if you're trying to make a decision in your life and you don't know which way to go, the challenge with making a rash decision is that it's coming from likely a wound or pain, suffering, something that you're trying to run from. And when we run from that pain or that wound or that emotion, we likely create a circumstance. It may be a different job, different relationship, different city, but we create a circumstance with the exact same issue inside of us. It's not resolved. And life will continue to bring forward whatever we need in order to awaken out of the lie and out of the pain and out of the suffering. It's awesome, right? We might, if you're in a victim mindset, it's like, why is this happening to me? But if you're in a creator, powerhouse mindset, it's like, yeah, baby, life is on my side. And I'm here to be totally purified and clear and empowered. And life is just is helping me with that. Triggers is treasures. So just know that the preliminary step is to feel what you feel, come into right relationship with what you feel, become your best friend, embrace yourself, love yourself deeply, let the emotion move through you, not to get rid of it, but to know that when feeling is healing. So it allows you to come back into that whole state. And from that whole state, it will be so clear how to move forward. And I highly suggest whatever situation you're in right now, make the very best of it. Be really good to yourself now in a challenging circumstance, because once you're out of that challenging circumstance, which you will be, because this too shall pass, you will have befriended yourself on a level, and you will have a much deeper connection to yourself that will follow you into the new situation. And you will notice that you will simply attract more and more good into your life the deeper you are in good relationship with yourself. So I hope this helps you. Oh my God, I'm sweaty and I feel so good. And I love you guys so much. Just know, if I could get through the shabeep I have been through in my life and to have the life that I have today, it is absolutely possible for you. Be good to yourself, up your self-care, and know that you are deeply loved. I will see you next week. All of my love from Ojai, California. Take in the beauty and the immediacy of right now, because there are miracles waiting for you to be discovered. Mwah!